Good morning, everyone. So I just woke up and I have another package to open. I love packages. I think this is the last one that I've ordered for a while. It's kind of like the last big one anyway. It's one last thing to go out into the garage haunt. So let's see what it is. Alright, so I'll just cut this tape right there. At least this one is actually taped up, unlike the one yesterday. Alright, so let's see what's inside. I already know what's inside, but you don't. And I can't open it with one hand, apparently. Alright, and look at that. It's a head. Come here. Yeah, look at that. He's got the arrow coming through his eye. Actually, I think that he's called Arrowhead, is like the name of the prop. So just like with the crawling zombie yesterday, he has like the severedness to him, but that's not what I'm using him for. I'm gonna just kind of place him behind the wall in between a couple of boards to where it looks like it's the whole body. It's just that this is all you can see. But I thought this would go really well with everything, because since my costume is going to be a zombie hunter and I'm going to be walking around with a crossbow, I thought this would be a good, like he's a victim. He's one of the ones that I shot through his head and his eye. I think it's cool, kind of creepy. But yeah, so I think this is the last prop for the zombies in the garage. So I kind of want to go out there real fast. I haven't finished building the wall yet, but I want to go out there real fast and kind of do a little mock-up, I guess, of where all the stuff's going to be placed. Just to kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like in the end. So let's go do that. Alright, so I got my collection of severed limbs and arrowhead. So let's see if we can't do a mock-up in the garage of how they might be placed. Alright, so for the head, I'm definitely going to have to like take down a couple of pieces here, because there wasn't really enough room left to put a whole head back there. I don't know, I'll save the head and the crawling zombie for last, since they're the biggest pieces. Let's do this arm. Let's do something like, again, this is just a mock-up, so I'm not actually like permanently attaching anything right now, but let's do something like that. For this one, I could just do something like that. And this is like the crappiest one I have. I need to stuff this one, but alright, this one has to be a left arm, so this one needs to go out like up there. Again, this is not permanent, so that'll work for now. Alright, now we're coming to the big ones. I know that this arm is the one that's going to go through the poster that I made. So that'll probably be like right here-ish. I like that one. That one's actually reaching out. I put it at an angle like that. And then, last but not least, we have the severed leg. Which this one, I guess I can't really put in place at the moment. But this would be like back here, coming through that hole. So yeah, what do you think? I think I need a lot more arms, don't I? I was kind of hoping that 5 arms would be enough, but that's a really big wall, and it doesn't really take up enough space. I mean, I guess I could kind of just spread some of them out. I'll have to move some of the boards, which is easy enough, but I've got to take some time and play around with this and figure out a good layout. But at least that kind of gives you a basic idea of what it'll look like. In the meantime, I'll probably get a couple more things put out here, because I still have some more like normal yard stuff that hasn't been put out yet. Also, this cat has destroyed this thing even more. This is way worse than it was a few days ago. So if you guys have any ideas on how to keep a cat away from this stuff, please let me know. because I'd really appreciate it. Alright, check it out. I spent like the last 2 hours working on this. I love it when things look exactly like they did in my head once it happens. Like, that is exactly what I was imagining, and it's awesome. So basically, I'm gonna leave it like this for the whole month, so everybody kind of sees, like, you know, the biohazard sign, the quarantine sign, and everything. So they'll be spending the next couple weeks like, what is that? What's going on over there? And then on Halloween night, I'm going to rip down the tape to make it look like it was busted through, and then that's whenever everyone will be able to see the inside, as if the quarantine zone has been up and running all month, and then Halloween night it gets breached, and that's how the haunt begins. But yeah, it's awesome. I love how that looks. The only thing is, I kind of don't like this, but we had no choice but to just like run the wiring across there, so that looks kind of ugly. Hopefully, since it'll be dark, no one will notice that. And then, in addition to all this, you saw I put the hangman up in the tree over there. Plus, I did a couple things over here. I added a little skull head to the countdown sign. Plus I got our spiderweb guy hanging upside down, but I'm gonna wait to run the rest of the spiderweb until closer to Halloween, because when it rains it all gets torn down anyway, so we'll just wait and do that like next week or something. And then I just put out all these other little like Halloween knickknacks everywhere. So yeah, got a lot done today. I'm excited to see how all this looks once it gets darker. It's going to be awesome. Plus, I'm trying to figure out the rest of this wall situation. I think I'm gonna have him crawling out from this side since he's looking this direction. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna take off that bottom board and break it in half to make it look like he actually busted through. And then since we have him over here, the arrowhead we'll put over on this side somewhere. Maybe, actually, maybe he could go along with this arm that's gonna be busting through the quarantine poster. Like as if he's the same zombie, although the skin color doesn't quite match. But I don't know if you'd be able to tell that. That'd be kinda cool if he was like sticking his head out like right here, and then had the arm reaching through right there for the poster. Or up here even, that kinda makes more sense. I might do that actually. I'll just take this small piece off right here, and then that'll be a perfect little gap just to have the head sticking through. Yeah. Cool. Just made a decision. There we go. That looks pretty good. And of course that poster will be there so you won't see that he doesn't actually have a body. And I'll actually just move this because that's not going to go there anymore. So he's in place. And he's actually, I was able to just like wedge him in. So he's not even, doesn't even need to be attached to anything. So that's cool, that worked out pretty well. And then I'll just temporarily move this arm. And the quarantine poster will go right there. And he'll be reaching through the poster. Yeah. Alright, next I'm going to bust apart that bottom board to have him crawling through. Alright, I got the board off. Now, how should we break it in half? That's how. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Things are coming together. There we go. I cut a hole in the poster and just placed it over the arm, and there it is. That's cool. I like that. That looks like it's the same zombie, right? Alright, so it's later in the evening now, and I just wanted to give you guys an update of what everything looks like. So I ended up messing with the some of the lighting as well. So, here is how it currently looks. We got our hangman up here with the red light on him. It's cool. Plus that red light lights up the front of the cemetery as well. I did go to Spirit quickly tonight, and I got a replacement green spotlight for right there. So it fixed that issue. Now we're back to the blue and green in the cemetery. And then of course, as you saw today, we got the beacon lights spinning, and that looks pretty cool, I think. I really think that that's gonna like catch everybody's eye, and they're gonna be like, what is going on over here? And it'll have them interested for Halloween night. And then while I was at Spirit, I was thinking that I needed to get a light for my scarecrow and stuff over here, because he's always kind of in the darkness. And Emily actually helped me pick out which light to get for him. I got the blue and green fire and ice light, and it actually looks really good on him. I think that was a very good choice of light, though. It's very dynamic, and it adds like some motion out here, which we kind of needed. And also it's so bright that you can kind of see it's shining up in the trees in the backyard. So yeah, this is where we're at. It's looking pretty good. What do you think? I'm very excited for this year. We don't actually have too much left. We just got to get the ghost flying. Plus we still have to get our werewolf out. He hadn't been out yet. And honestly, getting the ghost flying and the werewolf are the last two things that need to come out in the yard, and then the yard is completely done. And then it's just a matter of finishing up everything in the garage, which that's almost done too. So it's kind of crazy. We went from the terrible storms and floods one weekend, and now 2 weekends later everything is up, and you would never know the difference. But anyway, as I said, it is kind of late now, so I'm gonna head inside, head to bed, and I'll get out here and work on this some more all weekend, and I don't know, I might be done by Monday. Here's hoping. Alright, so as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.